Well, Bumbles just texted me and he said, congrats to all the teams in the AL East for making the MLB playoffs. And I was like, dude, that is awesome. And, we're still waiting to hear on a couple teams. Right now, we're waiting to hear from, well, right now, Texas is being Seattle. Seattle loses, they're out. And then Texas and Houston are still trying to decide, well, see who gets in there. The Marlins got in. Congrats to them. I mean, they had won 80 games in 2010. They got the win today. And, you love seeing stuff like that. I mean, you love it. You love seeing teams coming, conquering, and kicking some ass. We are out in Jersey. Michigan is with me today. She's in the room. She said, you know what? Go do your podcast. I want to watch the boxing. And I said, okay, but let me do a podcast because I have so much in my mind. The picture I have up today, UCF was up on Baylor. Baylor came back from a program record 28-point deficit and beat UCF. But there was a 4th-and-5 play by UCF. And the quarterback, hey, he's here. Yeah, super late. Yeah. He said super late. I like it. I don't like doing it this late because I feel like I didn't get any sleep. But the play I have up is Timmy McClain, 4th-and-5. They ran him all the way back. They almost had him at the goal line. I think it was the 25-yard line, and got the play off, got the first down, and they didn't have any timeouts, and they missed a 59-yard field goal at the buzzer, at the gun, and they ended up losing 36-35. But Baylor is now 2-3, and UCF is 3-2. That one's going to hurt Gus Malzahn. But Timmy McClain, if you haven't seen that play, you need to watch it because it was phenomenal. Today, I did watch pretty much all of the and my buddy Bill just texted me. So Stockton tied today. Kane 0-0 back down at Stockton in a conference game after losing to number 4 Montclair State the other day. And yes, not any offense, which didn't have any last game, but they got a 0-0 tie. And Thomas Hanks got 2 shots on goal today, I saw. So I saw that. I saw SUNY Morrisville was tied 7-7 against Hobart and ended up losing 52-15. They got pretty beat up today, and I'm sorry for that. I feel bad for them. And yeah, and as the boxing hasn't started because, right, I mean, the main card's not going up for another hour. Now, I think it's probably at least another hour. So I'll be done by then. And so I'm watching today. Shadur Sanders did not start off well. They were down, what was it, 27? What was it? I don't remember what the halftime score, but they were down at one point 48-21, and they made a game of it. But there were some plays in the first half. They had a blocked field goal. They tried a fake punt. I mean, they got a blocked punt. A lot of mistakes early, but they're gamers. And I'll tell you, and Caleb, Caleb, 6 touchdown passes. I saw that Jerry Rice's son had 2 touchdown catches, got 7 on the season. And Caleb Williams is the real deal. He had his first interception, but Caleb Williams makes it look like he's playing like a man among boys. Just his sidearm, little a la Mahomes. He looks great. But USC is not going to win anything with that defense. I'm sorry. And I'm not saying that Colorado is not a good team, which they are. And Shiloh did not play. He was coughing up blood. He had some kidney problem, which thank God he didn't play I wanted to play. And, you didn't have Travis Hunter playing. And Shadur Sanders at one was 8 for 11 for 19 yards and finished with 5 touchdown passes, over 300 yards passing. And coming to the game, he had the most in the first 4 games, the most passing yards ever in the first 4 games of a career with Colorado. And he's not really a mobile quarterback. No, he's not, Shadur. But what an arm! I mean, he had some great play, and they just never stopped. And I think that's something they build on. Wait till they get some recruits, Dion, get some recruits there because fans were into it. Hey, they lost the game, but they gained a lot of fans, not quitting, not giving up, busting their asses. I mean, all pluses in that game. And USC is 5-0 back-to-back seasons since 2005, 2006. Defense is not good. I mean, look at today. Ole Miss was up 21-7 on LSU, and they won 55-49, and it came down to the last play of the game. I was watching that. I just saw that Duke scored. It's 13-7. They're down against Notre Dame, and Duke football fans don't know what to do about that. And Ben Carroll was at the game. I had a couple of ex-Dookie basketball players, and Riley Leonard is a hell of a quarterback. I'm watching him play. There's something about him. Maybe can run with the ball, pass the ball. There's some really good quarterbacks. They're talking about the Pac-12. I saw Bo Nix today. What they beat? They were down. I think they were down 3-0 to Stanford. Where they went 42-6. I watched Utah last night, which hadn't been held scoreless in 202 games, and they got beat up by Oregon State yesterday, 21-7. Oregon State looked really good last night. That was a big win. I watched some of that. I watched some of BYU's game. And did you see yesterday? I forget who posted it, but Louisiana Tech was playing UTEP, and I had it on in the background. And then someone posted, Bulldogs linebacker Brevin Randall stomped in the neck of Miners offensive lineman Stephen Hubbard after a play. I mean, he literally stepped on his head with his cleat. Jake McNamara ran for 11 yards before fumbling. In the scrum afterwards, Louisiana Tech's Willie Roberts recovered the ball as that Randall shoves Hubbard after the play is already over, then gets up and stomps on his neck. And I was like, it was clearly intentional. The refs didn't see it. And it ends up the senior, redshirt senior, was Louisiana Tech's second leading tackler into the game. And the Bulldogs won 24-10. He finished with 6 tackles, 3 tackles for loss and a sack. And he's been suspended indefinitely. The AD, Eric Wood, said, Coach Cumby and I met with Brevin Randall today and informed him that he has been suspended indefinitely as a result of the incident during last night's game versus UTEP. He acknowledges that action was wrong and understands the consequences of that action. No ways, they said our university, athletic department, and football program believe in culture, class, and competitive excellence. And in no way was that displayed in them. Oh, yeah, I mean, dude, you can get pissed off and everything. You can't do that shit. I mean, and stepping on his head, I was like, dude. And, of course, refs don't see shit, because refs are fucking blind. I mean, but that was an ugly, ugly play. I was going to post that. I said, was that the picture I should use today? But I saw that play afterwards, and I go, is the guy okay? Now, he stepped on his helmet, which thank God he did. But, what if he would have stepped on his neck, carotid artery or something like that? You never know. I mean, you're that pissed off on a play, you stomp on a guy's head. No way, man. Not cool at all, man. And this is a guy who was a good player. Doesn't need to be doing dirty shit like that. We don't need that shit in football. We don't need that shit in any sport. No, uncalled for. Unacceptable. Yeah, hell yeah. I saw that and I was like, damn, that is not good. Cubs are out of the playoffs. Wow, talk about sucking. Yeah, and you know what I love the best? I love that Brian Kelly. I was telling Michigan there was a story. Brian Kelly was head coach, and it was Grand Valley State, one of the smaller schools where he started, and Sala and LaFleur worked for him. And I think they had I've talked about this before. Sala and LaFleur, he was having a party, Kelly, a party, and the assistant coach, he went them to like shovel and like park cars. And Sala said, if I ever become a head coach, I would never treat my assistants like that. And I just look at Brian Kelly, he's a fucking douchebag. When I just look at him, I couldn't be happier for a guy at LSU where championships, it's about championships. Kim Mulkey came in, bam, won a championship. Precision boy over there. Brian Kelly, and he paid him all this money, and they ended with a good season last year. 3-2 this season, guys. Lost to Florida State, and I lost to Ole Miss. Yeah. And I don't like the fans running the field. It's too dangerous. The players getting run into all that shit. There was players injured at the end of the game. Uncalled, they don't need to be running the field. Bad things happen. Stupid shit happens, and you got to be careful there. Yeah, Jackson Dart getting it done. How about that? Yeah, SUNY Marshall lost 52-15, outgained 650-281 in total offense. Steve Ferrerix, threw for 240, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, 3 completions to Alex McBurney, who collected 75 yards on a score. And not good. That's tough. So they lost that game, and they're going to play the Ville and tough guys. They are tough guys, Coach Raby, but it's been a tough season. They're 2-3. They go to Alfred University next Saturday, Empire 8 kickoff in Alfred. So they lost the Empire 8 game today. But hey, the Ville, come on, get back to it. And and now let's get the college war done. Get rid of the point stash, dude. It's time. Yankees are actually losing. They were tied 2-2 tonight. I was trying to check to see how they're doing. It was 2-2 against the Royals. I kind of want them to finish with up there 5-2. God damn it. They won today. So they have clinched a winning. Yes, the Yankees are officially the they are officially over 500. They 31st straight year with a winning record. They won 5-2 tonight, and yeah, okay. So they got the win, motherfucker. So did Clark Schmidt get the win today? Because Clark Schmidt has been pitching a lot better. Yeah, no, he only pitched 4 innings today, so he does not get the win. Holmes got his 24 save. Torres got 68. We'll see what Judge did. Judge went 1 for 4, so he's not going to hit 4, unless he hits 3 home runs tomorrow. But the Yankees got the win, and I'm trying to see Bobby Witt Jr. 1 for 4 with so did he get any stolen bases? Yes, he got picked off for the 14th time. So he's not going to get the 30-50. Well, unless he does it tomorrow, but we'll see what happens on that front. Mets lost the first game, and they're up 11. They're going to sweep. Today they're going to sweep the Phillies. And I wanted to see if Alonso did anything today. Alvarez, Lindor, homer. Yeah, Lindor, another homer. What's it? Lindor is... Lindor has 31 home runs, and he is 90. He got 100. And Quintana did not pitch well. 4 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. And the Mets are going to go 74. They can win 75 games. They will not catch the Yankees. But you see Rodon last night? 1 inning pitch, 8 runs without getting a single out, 12-5 loss. Home run, 2 walks, 6 hits. But he turned his back on pitching coach Matt Blake during a mound visit in the midst of the meltdown. He owned up to the disc, really embarrassing. And doing that with Matt coming out trying to help me. I turned my back. I was not in the right mind. That's on me. They spoke afterwards. Boone spoke to him. And Blake said, I understand we all have jobs to do. He's frustrated. That's a big part of it. There's a remorseful side and an apologetic side to it. But you can't act like that. You can take it a personal attack. Yeah. And dude, listen, Rodon is on a 3-8, 6.85 ERA, 14 starts, missed nearly 2.5 months with a forearm strain, a chronic back issue, and a hamstring. He's on he's got 5 years left, 6-year, 162. Now going into next season, how are you feeling there? Yankees recap and all that stuff. How you feeling about all that stuff? How much he sucks with this stupid porn stash. And then I read that when Boone went to take him out, he went, wow. Dude, what's there to be wow about? And now you're going to come back stronger next year? You know what? Boone went to take him out, he went, wow. Dude, what's there to be wow about? And now you're going to come back stronger next year? You know what? Slippery slope. And he did something with the fans when they were booing him when he left the field. He did something toward the fans at Yankee Stadium. They said Carl Bavano didn't make as much money. This is a huge contract for a guy who has been a total bust his first year. And guys come here and they can't get the job done. And Rodon is one of those guys. I mean, embarrassing. Last start of the season and come out and pitch and then turn his back on the pitching coach because he's upset. You know what? Sometimes you got to be careful. You go too far. And Blake is like, okay, but you can't be dissing. And I'm glad Boone brought him in the office after the game and talked to him because that is bullshit. I saw that. I was like, bullshit on that front, dude. That is nothing good, Josh. No good feelings on that douchebag. Asshole. What a jackass. Yeah. Yankees. Well, they say, they got a winning record this season. Yeah, congrats to you. And Nimmo's out. Sprained AC joint in his shoulder. Thank God for that. Blue Jays lost the Rays, but they still can catch. They still have a shot of getting. Oh, I think if Seattle loses today, they're in the playoffs. That's what I saw. Okay, so they lose today, which Seattle was losing 5-0. So I'm going to say that they are. Let me see. It was 6-1 top of the 9th. They lose, they're out. Astros Diamondbacks 1-1, which would. Oh, Astros 1-0 bottom of the 7th, but Diamondbacks have second and third with no outs. We'll see. Cubs lost. Cubs won 10-6 and they're out. At one point, I think they had a 92% chance of making the playoffs, and then they went on a shit show and it's all over. Good God. What terrible. And Charlie Blackmon, who I watched play when I was in Colorado, age 37 season next year, 94 games this season, final year of a $113 million deal, and they signed a 1-year extension with the team. 1 year, $13 million, $2 million in performance bonuses based on plate appearances. But that's kind of a glue guy. That's a guy you want to bust his ass, play hard. He was injured this season, but it's a guy you bring back. He's a fan favorite and everything. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with a homer deal like that. That's a guy you want to keep around. And Marlins are in. Congrats to them. They won today, so congrats. I'm happy about that for them getting the win. Yes, Cubs. out. 3.9%. Well, they're done now. The Diamondbacks are at 96%, Marlins at 91%, and Reds at 9%. Cubs were at 92.4% on September 6th after they swept the Giants. Thank you, Megan Montemurro, for that. And they are done. Done. They were 78 and 67 3 weeks ago. They've been 4, 5, and 11 since. Yeah, crazy, right? So I looked up. So the Astros won their season series against the Rangers, but lost the season series to the Mariners. The Mariners won their season series against the Astros, but lost the Rangers. It's not going to matter, so that's going to be over. And the Rangers won their season series against the Mariners, but lost the Astros. And it looks like Texas is going to clinch. Well, they're only one game up. So wait, Texas, Rangers won their season, but they lost the Astros. I think if they finished tied, I guess they would have a one-game playoff to see who wins the division. We'll see how that goes. Juan Soto, the fourth three come from behind, win 83 wins. They won 12 of their past 14 games going into today, 80 and 80, but it doesn't matter. Payroll, third highest, 258, 1-9 skid in early May. Last time they had a winning record was on May 10th, and that's the way the cookie crumbles on that front, and they're done. It's kind of crazy, you know? I mean, it's kind of crazy how it just ends like that. You know, and they never got it together this year. The Padres never got their shit together. I know Jason has to be upset about that. And Jimmy G is not playing tomorrow, so it's going to be Brian Hoyer. And this is the thing. I love Josh Dubois. Josh Dubois always puts up great shit. So if Brian Hoyer starts Sunday for the Raiders, here's a list of quarterbacks to win a start more recently than he has. Listen to this list, and I'm not going to go on through the whole thing. Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes, Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson, Jared Goff, Josh Allen, Derek Carr, Ryan Tannehill, Ben Roethlisberger, Drew Brees, Matt Ryan, Matthew Stafford, Lamar Jackson, Phillip Rivers, Jimmy G, Baker Mayfield, Deshaun Watson, Andy Dalton, Mitch Trubisky, Marcus Mariota, Cam Newton. These guys aren't even in the league anymore. Jameis Winston, Jalen Hurts, Herbert, Burrow, Kyler Murray, Tua, Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold, Joe Flacco, Case Keenum, Eli Manning, Tyrod Taylor, Mac Jones. The list goes on and on and on. Brock Purdy, Zach Wilson. That's the guy you're going to start over Aiden O'Connell, the rookie out of Purdue? Are you freaking kidding me? That's who you'd start maybe? You know, Randy and his wife were at the UNLV game today. They beat Hawaii. They're 4-1. They got a shot at making the postseason. South Florida is approaching bowl eligibility. Missouri beat Vanderbilt. Now, Vanderbilt's not a great team, but they're 5-0. Last time they were 5-0 to start a season in 2013. They won the Cotton Bowl and they went 11-2 that season. I mean, the team's starting well. Teams are having good seasons. Come on, let's be honest there. It's good stuff. Bama is playing against Mississippi State. I was trying to check the scores there. Yeah, and Padres beat San Diego. So now they're over 500. 81 and 80. Wow. And Chicago, 100 losses. 100 losses. That is ugly or us. That is just ugly. I was trying to see right there what happened. Yeah, and the Rangers lost 4-0 to the Islanders in preseason. Rutgers beat Wagner. Why did they even play Wagner? What's the point of playing Wagner? That's not a football team for them. They should be playing group of 5 power. But Wagner, come on. That's a way, and especially after getting their ass kicked. How about Michigan? 17 in a row in the Big Ten. They were up 45-0, and Nebraska had not been shut out in 340 games. Well, they got a late touchdown, so that ended that. Michigan wanted the shutout, but they got it. And they're talking about that J.J. McCarthy isn't going to be a Heisman candidate because he doesn't throw the ball enough. I don't think he gives a shit. He cares about wins. And we'll see what happens. Georgia had to get a late touchdown to win at Auburn. They're not going to drop at a 1, but, someone said maybe the SEC. Maybe there's just a lot of parity. Like I said, there's not a great team. Texas had a ton of over 600 yards of offense today, and Jonathan, who's the running back for Texas? Jonathan, I got to get this right. He ran for 218 today. The last 2 games he ran for 270 combined, and that's Jonathan Brooks had a big day. And Quinn Ewers next week is the Red River Showdown against Oklahoma, which was winning today their game, and Texas got to keep it going because I know Hal's got to be excited and Dom. They got to be excited about this stuff. So we'll see what happens going forward on that front. Time will tell. How about Freddie Freeman, 59 doubles this year? passed Johnny Fredericks 52, said in 1929. I looked up Earl Webb. I said, who was the most doubles in a season? Earl Webb with 67 back in 1931. And how about this? Miguel Rojas takes the rookie shoe shopping for the Dodgers. He says, being a veteran, I always like to take care of the young players so they can have some kind of reference when they first play in the big league and someone took care of them. Hopefully, when they become veterans and leaders of the team, they take care of the rookies as well. Oh, and Jason has joined us, and I was just talking about his fantastic 81-80 Padres. And tomorrow, who are you going to get, Aiden O'Connell or Brian Hoyer? I went through a list, and I don't know who you're going to get playing against you tomorrow, but it could be ugly. But we'll see. Listen, I just want a W for your Chargers, and I want to see Brandon Staley, coach a complete game, and not make any dumb decisions from the coaching standard, and let Justin Herbert let it roll and get a blowout. And that means we're one step closer to Josh McDaniels being the first coach fired in the NFL this season, which would make me ecstatic because I think Josh McDaniels sucks. They could go back to New England and lick his wounds back there with Billy Belichick. Did you see the press conference? This 5-minute thing talking about the Cowboys, but didn't mention Dak Prescott? Because we all know Dak sucks. Dak sucks. Dak is not the guy you're going to win a championship with, and we all know that. But, hey, it's okay, right? And Aaron Rodgers beat the game. And what did Michigan tell me? I think it was Michigan told me that Eli Manning daughters watched football. They never watched football last week because they wanted to see Taylor Swift. And I guess she gives out these friendship bracelets. So everybody's excited. Maybe they'll give them out at the game. It's not about Taylor Swift. It's about a football game, which I picked the Chiefs to win 38-3. And I think it could get ugly tomorrow. So we're going to get back in the city before all that hits. The NFL will not fine Mac Jones for the alleged testicle shot, family jewels, the vanilla nut taps against Sauce Gardner. That's where so there was no they couldn't find any evidence. We'll see how that goes. And Mike Sandos said, I'd like to see the Jets put Sauce Gardner on Travis Kelce while taking the chances with the inconsistent Kansas City receivers. This game is only competitive. The Jets' defensive line dominates the game, forcing turnovers and scoring. As for the Taylor Swift references, there will be more of those than the Jets score points. I'll say there will be a dozen. And then someone said, Keller Connor, who covers for The Athletic, said that, Taylor Swift, she's seeing two shitty teams play. She saw the Bears last week and the Jets this week. She's not seeing the best football, right? I mean, you're trying to get her to come to future games and everything, and that's not seeing the best stuff. And another Jet that's not getting Xavier Gibson, the rookie out of Stephen F. Austin. He has been great. 3 of his 4 kick returns have gone 25 yards or more, and 3 of his punt returns have gone for more than 10 yards. He's the second best overall returner, kick and punt return. Why hasn't he played at all in offense? I mean, he was the WAC player of the year. He's only getting 1 offensive snap in 3 games. And Sal, again, I'd like to get him more opportunities too. When he gets the ball in his hands, he's pretty special. But the problem is that we don't use him the way we should be using him. Yeah, what did Josh say? It was clear as day on the replay that,